Welcome to the Rebel Love Show. We are a once-a-week broadcast from Manchester, New Hampshire, where we are pro-pot, pro-gun, and pro-coffee. This is our maiden voyage onto LRN.FM. We are proud to be on here. We are also syndicated on Voluntary Virtues, JREV, IPM, and of course, go check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, and YouTube. I am Ron Mathias.
And I'm Shire Dude.
And today, our special, exciting guests are none other than the Seditious Sirens.
Wow.
We have Renee, Free Love Kate, and Anne, my rebel mistress.
Oh, I
Love
like
her
the
at.
sound of that.
Yeah.
Appropriate.
Yeah. So,
Before we get into that, I'd like to invite our audience to go to rebelloveshow.com/watch. You can see our beautiful faces on the cam instead of just listening to our wonderful voices. And you can still jump into the LRN chat room, the infamous chat room. It's also on that page.
so please go check that out. Go watch us live on camera. Anywho, all right, a couple little updates to our show before we get the ball rolling with our beautiful, gorgeous guests here. First off, Liberty Forum. Liberty Forum is coming up this March 5th through 8th?
5th through the 8th.
NHLibertyForum.com. We will be recording live there every day during the events at 2:30. So please come down, go buy a ticket, go watch us live at Liberty Forum. Hopefully we'll be better than we were on YouTube or LRN.
Well, yeah, we'll be able to edit stuff out and then, too, you know.
We don't edit stuff out.
I mean, we could, conceivably.
Yeah, but we won't.
But we won't. We're largely uncensored.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you can party with us, too.
Because we are hosting the party at Liberty Forum. We are taking up the mantle of a podcast team hosting a Liberty Forum party. It's going to be at the Quill on March 7th at 10 p.m. that
When's
night.
the commercial coming out?
When's the commercial?
Oh, man. We're not supposed to
Yeah.
say
Putting you
anything
on the
about
spot.
that.
No. It's a
All
good
right,
thing you brought
that's
that up
fine.
because someone
I'm
should have
putting
had
you
it
on the spot.
edited by now.
Shire Dude.
So I'm editing this really cool commercial that the four of us filmed. This was like a few days ago, right? And we just filmed a silly commercial for the party, and I think you'll really enjoy it. The first place that commercial will appear when it's done is the Rebel Love Club group on Facebook. So if you're not in that already, definitely get in that one.
I love the exclusivity of it.
Oh, yeah.
How long will it be on there as an exclusive?
I don't know. Maybe a day or two.
All right. Anywho, I also have a couple talks at Liberty Forum. Well, technically, Alt Expo. They're only like 20 minutes long, but nonetheless, I'm still doing two. I'm actually doing them with the artist formerly known as O Girl. You guys can probably imagine who that is. One on polyamory and the other one on secession. Very odd mix. It seems to be what I'm activist for, that and apparently a right to travel activist, which I don't want to be.
And you're a Tinder activist.
A Tinder act? Yeah, look at you. You're here. You're here in the Shire because of my Tinder activism.
You guys
Yeah.
have got to be kidding me. Tinder activism?
We met on Tinder.
For real right
There's
now?
no shame
Yeah.
in our
Yeah.
Tinder games.
He triggered her move.
I triggered her move.
Oh yeah,
Trust me.
He's still triggering.
Oh, of course I'm still triggering it.
I love it.
Yeah, get on Tinder. Get people to move to the Shire. Just like
See,
all you got
let's
from
do
Manch, you just got to put it at like a 50-mile radius, and then you get all the massholes. And you're not one.
Don't call
You're
them
not
that.
one.
He should
I am.
host like sessions where he teaches people how to do Tinder correctly.
Well, we're going to have a Tinder panel at Liberty Forum 2016.
Why wait for Liberty Forum? Why don't we just do it at
Just do an impromptu one at this
Yeah.
Liberty Forum?
yeah, this at Liberty Forum. I'll just be out in the
in the
lobby.
hallway somewhere.
Yeah, in the hallway. Come find me. I'll give you tips, I guess. I don't know. Or we can do one at Pork Fest.
There's going to be
Well,
some really weird
in-
stuff, though.
In reality, I picked Rob up. So
Really?
Wait, whoa.
Yeah, you tell him.
How did you pick me up?
I picked you up. We all know. Come
How
on.
how
now.
did you snag him?
Pray tell.
You need to listen to Seditious Sirens. If you do, you know how I work. I'm not afraid to make the first move. So as I recall, I said hello first.
I don't know if that's true.
I think that's
We're
true.
gonna have to go
And I
back
asked
and
for your
fix.
Snapchat first, and you know.
Okay,
that seals
all right,
the
all right,
deal.
okay. It does seal the deal.
So
And let
I
me-
remember, and I taught you how to use Snapchat. I remember.
Wow.
Okay, yes, you are correct. You got me into Snapchat. I will give you that
So I
because
picked
I
you
figured
up.
Snapchat was nothing more than like something that like teeny boppers used or whatnot. So I never had it on my phone, and then you're like, get on Snapchat. I'm like, All right, yeah. This sexy, beautiful woman wants me to get on Snapchat with her. Yeah, of course, I'm going to do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't flatter me.
Yeah. Well. Anywho, yeah, Liberty Forum. I'll be at Liberty Forum doing 2 talks throughout the week. I forget the exact times. Go check out the schedule at nhlibertyforum.com and go watch us live and come party with us that night. If that's not a reason to buy a ticket to Liberty Forum, I don't know what is anymore. Definitely come up and check us out there. Also, we did some outreach earlier. In the month, about a few weeks ago.
Activism.
Well,
We're a dynamic
half
team.
the Seditious Sirens were there. Renee was somehow absent.
Excuse me, I live in Keene.
Yeah. Okay. In her defense, we went out at
can't
7
blame
in the
Renee.
morning.
And no one
Yeah.
gave me notice.
And we're
That's-
all
I
stoners,
know.
so we all got up and like did it.
That's
I was so proud of us.
Me
this is
too.
incredible. I actually didn't. I didn't sleep the night before because I knew I wouldn't be able to do it.
You never sleep.
Yeah, you
ever.
never sleep. You're always up till like
Yeah.
I'll wake up for work and like you're going to bed. I don't
Hey,
I don't
buddy.
understand, I don't
Yeah.
understand it at all.
Insomnia.
But,
But yeah, so we did. We passed out educational material at Manchester West High School, which people hate that brand of activism. You can be passing out anything, as just a piece of paper, and you will get accused of all sorts of nasty things. I've actually already been accused of like, oh, you're harassing the kids. Either you're harassing them or you're somehow like a pedophile and like objectifying them. Which I don't see how you get that from handing someone a
I
piece
think
of paper.
because I was with you guys, it just made things easier.
oh, you legitimized it completely.
I
Yeah.
legitimized your outreach.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that way, but yeah, no, I can see that.
It definitely shouldn't be that way.
I think it's great because younger people are who the cops want to mess with, you know?
Mm.
Yeah.
And the cool thing was too is the stuff we were handing out was pieces of paper that said schoolsucksproject.com.
Like giant letters. That
School
says,
sucks.
Speaking of School Sucks Project, I just want to give a straight shout out. I know hopefully he said he was listening. Brett Venat, thank you for the cable.
My hero.
You are our hero. You are our guardian angel for this episode. Go check out his website, schoolsucksproject.org.com.
.com.
.com.
Schoolsucksproject.com.
Go check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he saved us with this last minute heroics on the show.
So Rob, you want to go forward with the story? What happened when we were handing out the papers?
Oh, so we're walking up to the school, all right, and you see, we knew our kids were going to come out in which door. We didn't know which one, and we're slowly passing out flyers to kids coming up. We're getting dirty looks from like inside this office, which happened. I guess it's the principal's office, which is like right on the corner of where we're like handing stuff out.
Yeah,
and
definitely an office filled with faculty members standing at the window and staring at us.
No. Plus, like, we're 3 adults standing outside of a high school handing out whatever that they think we're handing out to kids. I know it sounds weird from their perspective. From us, we're trying to wake up people that they're propagandizing. They're the ones that are, it's a whole propaganda center in my opinion. Anyways, so. The principal comes out and he's like, I don't want to, you can't be here. This is private property or school property. And you go like, isn't this public property?
Is it a private or public
Yeah.
school? And he said, well, it's public under his breath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he turns to me and he's like, I don't want to be filmed. I want to have to ask you to turn off your camera. And I just look at him like, you can ask.
And he just keeps recording. Yeah.
Of course I'm going to
This
keep
guy
recording.
was like such a douche. He just thought because he told us to leave and had like no like merit of any kind that we would just go just because he said so.
Right.
That was the funniest part.
It's
like,
his
why
domain,
would we leave
right?
Just
Yeah.
because you said so.
We weren't even in the on campus. We were on the sidewalk next to the campus.
And there is our first break, kids. We'll be back after these commercials. All right, we are back live on LRN.FM, and we were talking about our, not polyamory outreach, but the school School outreach.
Yeah, man.
Polyamory.
The polyamory outreach for
That's next
for
week.
Brett. That is next week. That's right. That's what we're doing next week. Anyway, so yeah, the principal comes out and he's all upset that we're out there, and I look at him like, I don't know. For me, I view people as people. I don't view authority figures as some sort of like authority figure. Just because he runs a school or is a police officer or anyone else, I just view him as a human being.
Well, it's a public school, right? So if you're paying taxes, Rob, like a good citizen, he should technically be your employee.
Wait. I do not pay taxes.
Yeah. Okay. But
I have money stolen from me by agents of the states every paycheck.
he should assume, though, if you're someone who's in Manchester, that you're paying taxes and that he's your public
That
servant.
he is paid with stolen funds, then yes.
Yeah.
Well, there's a difference.
Yeah, but
I'm not voluntarily paying anything.
I'm just trying to look at it from his perspective.
Oh, from his perspective.
Right.
Oh, right.
That he thinks that he's an authority figure. He thinks that he's God, and just like what his word is law.
The enforcer. Do you guys have
The
any like
enforcer.
crazy like enforcer stories from school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm sure you guys.
I
have
remember.
Probably Renee.
I
so
certainly
more than
do.
me.
Yeah.
We had this one administrator who was scolding kids for wearing rainbow clothing, saying it was unnecessary or like uncomfortable for the school environment, something messed up like that, and threatening gay and straight kids who just so happen to be wearing rainbow, even if they weren't wearing it for like gay pride purposes, threatening them write-ups or suspensions or some shit like that. So I ended up having some in-school civil dis where I got like 300 kids to just deck out in rainbow and fill the school with rainbow, and there was nothing that any of them
That's
any of the
awesome.
administrators
What
could do
grade was
about it.
this?
This was high school, so
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, that was my freshman year.
That's awesome.
Welcome
Yep.
to Keene.
Yeah.
I was still jacked into the Matrix back in high
Oh
school.
my God, so was I. I was still jacked into the Matrix in college, man. I'm old in this game. You guys are the, I thought I was like the new guard. I'm not even that. I'm old news. You guys are the new hotness, not me.
The new hotness.
Yeah, the new hotness.
Speaking of new hotness, you mentioned Seditious Sirens earlier, but you didn't really like give your elevator pitch for the show.
Yes, this is your elevator pitch, kids. So you have a couple seconds to pitch to the entire planet through LRN.FM, which is probably like, we got, a lot of people.
Real fast, how many episodes out so
Ready?
far?
You ready? Go.
Oh, what question are we answering first?
Yeah.
Okay, so
like
our
3
fifth episode is 5.
Whoa.
Get it correct. Don't make me. We have 5 episodes. Our 5th episode is coming out Wednesday.
And it will also be a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was going to throw some Creamy D at you, so I'm hoping that
Oh, my God. Stop it with
Fill
the
you with
creamy
some Creamy D.
D's.
What the hell is Creamy D?
Michael
Exactly.
W.
What
Dean,
is
the
Creamy
Freedom
D?
Fiends.
Oh.
Creamy D.
That's our nickname for him.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's an audio, like my whole thing, like he's an audio guy in regards to podcasts and stuff like that. Great guy. He helped us with our audio on this show. However, I kind of take what he did with me, like in regards to making good audio, and I'm not even doing exactly everything he said to do, but I'm pretty damn close. I'm pretty sure I am. Anyways, whenever I run into another podcast team, I kind of do like the same thing, but it's kind of in different formats. So like for you guys are not doing, you're just doing YouTube, which is great. You're doing some content that's out there, fantastic, and you can always take the audio from it at some point. However, if you're not doing it as a podcast, you're going to get like tenfold the listenership as a podcast and an hour to 2 hour length show than you are on on YouTube. Most people aren't going to watch YouTube files for a long
To
period
be
of time.
fair, I don't know if it's going to
Yeah.
be tenfold because they're nicer to look at.
Exactly.
So I think they'll
That's
get more
it's
video
just
views.
that
Well.
they'll look at us for a
than
little
us.
longer than they would look at you guys. Like
That's true.
everyone who's watching now.
Well,
Hi.
this is my whole point. I'm when
We are heavily video focused, so we
well,
would like to do both.
you know,
though.
here's
we
my
like
thing.
to heavily focus
Okay.
on both, but mostly you.
Ellen was in this room with us the other day. Okay?
Yes.
And I told this to her, and I'm going to tell this to you. And I told it to her, and I won't do it right to you. You guys might as well have all the mics just turned off and just talking without the mics on without it being a podcast. Because, like, for her, I can't go back and listen to ALP shows. There is no archive of them. There is no podcast of it. They're not on Stitcher. They weren't on iTunes. I can never go back and listen to that show. It is might as well that show never existed on the planet because I can't find it. I can't find an audio file of it.
Which is
so
forever.
sad.
Yeah, and I remember listening to
What?
that on
Awesome.
LRN before I
Awesome,
moved,
loving,
and now it's
positive.
gone. It's just disappeared because they didn't put it up as a podcast.
Well,
So-
we are going to put it up as a podcast.
Yeah, this
Our
week's episode is
this
our
week's
first
I'm
podcast.
not trying to
episode
be
is-
mean. I'm just you brought it
You're
up, so
ruining
I'm
our elevator pitch.
oh, that's
I'm
right.
not
I did.
getting-
I
I'm not
Oh,
getting
I
right.
did
defensive.
ruin your
It's
elevator
You're
pitch.
ruining
Yeah.
our
Start from
elevator
the
pitch.
beginning.
Back to the pitch.
So where do we leave off? Okay, so you
The
go
hell if
for
I
it.
know. Okay, so we're a once a week show that comes out with exciting stuff. We talk about like sex and drugs and
Rock and roll,
woman
and
stuff and all sorts of fun.
feminism, and how pretty we are, and we put on lipstick, and
I mean, we
tell
put on a good
jokes.
show for you.
We do.
Sex, drugs, and anarchy. I like it.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
it too.
Sex,
So,
drugs, and anarchy.
and
We're luring you into a new state of consciousness.
that is our goal. So we also we also just want to give the female perspective of life and the liberty movement because we live this life here with you guys too, and
We do.
you know it's fun in our different ways.
Well, in my opinion, you two, and I've said this before off air. I've never said it on air, but I want to say it now. You two have a very interesting dynamic because both of you were introduced to this at the ground level. You know, we went through our PhDs in liberty, spending like 5-6 years discovering what this is and finding this and moving here. And then we're like level 10. We're all the way down there.
Some
and then we
people just
introduced
know
this
how
to you.
Get there quicker.
I took a shortcut.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
you
like
know-
we went through this big winding
But-
maze
but-
of Murray
but- but
Rothbard.
like I
well,
said-
Rothbard and Ron Paul,
Yeah.
and you know we're going down all these like you know
like I said on our episode coming out Wednesday, I think that it's great that we came in that way because we're around so many people who've studied all these things, and that way I learn something new every day. So I feel like I'm there, but every day I'm learning,
Well-
and I get that opportunity because I don't think I know it all or I don't know it all, and I can listen to all my friends around me, which is great.
Well, it's crazy. It's like, you know, in regards to level 1 through 10 or whatever, how you want to look at it in regards to like, you
Is
know,
this like
liberty
a
and
cult?
anarchy.
Like, am I gonna meet like someone after a certain level?
At level
After-
87, you become a
know.
laser lotus and can speak to
Oh.
Ayn Rand from beyond the grave.
Yes, I can't wait.
Here's your cookie wand. Go on, Rob.
But no, I mean, like most of like, there's things you know better than most libertarians out there. Absolutely, yeah. You guys understand what it means to be a free human being more than most libertarians on this planet. But they also know like the building blocks that you haven't you just bypassed it.
And
But when we come back to the Rebel Love Show, Anne's going to say how I'm so wrong on her position on everything because that's what she does. We'll be back. All right, we are back with the Rebel Love Show on LRN.FM.
Hey, Rob, can we talk about something real fast?
Absolutely.
Proper show introduction etiquette. We should all be introducing ourselves, right? These segments, right?
Oh, that's right. They do that
Yeah.
all the time on Free Talk
Oh,
Live.
yeah,
and
it's so
more.
important.
Yeah. Well, we are first off. The Rebel Love Show is pro pot, pro gun, pro coffee. I am Rob Matthias.
And I'm Shire Dude.
And
I'm Renee Kate Free Love.
and I am your rebel mistress.
just Rebel Mistress.
That's
Is that
it.
it?
I'm
Are you
I'm
leaving
leaving it at that.
Are you pulling a Shire Dude on us?
I'm pulling a Shire dude on you guys.
Okay, so we're not going with your name anymore.
Yeah. Yes.
Are you
Just call
gonna-
me rebel mistress or high priestess of the show.
Oh, no,
Of
no,
what?
no,
Peace be
no.
upon you.
No. I'm High Priestess.
She's high
Oh no,
priestess
yeah, of the Shire Free Church.
Yes.
She is a priestess of the Shire
Shire
Dude
Dude
Church. There's that's a completely different
oh,
thing.
man. Guys, we're starting churches. This is starting to sound culty. Uh-oh.
Culty. I thought it
Wow.
already was. It's called the Liberty Movement, people. Anyways, God, train of thought. Okay, you were going, Anne.
Yes.
Are you going to change your name to Rebel Mistress?
I am not gonna change my name to Rebel Mistress. But if I didn't tell you guys where you can find us, go like our page on Facebook.com/seditious sirens. Sorry, I stutter. Because we were doing our elevator pitch, but
Right, yeah, we didn't
kept going
plug
in
the
and out.
location. Yeah.
I still
I
want to
still-
hear you and Rob argue.
Why?
Why?
We
I
never
don't know.
argue.
We love
Well,
each
not like
other.
Yeah, I
argue,
love her.
but didn't
Okay,
you
as
guys
your
have a
roommate,
point
you
of view?
guys argue. For sure you argue.
Tell
All
people
the
that.
damn time.
No, we don't.
Rob puts hummus on everything he eats, and Anne thinks it's crazy. All right.
But we just argue so we can have insane makeup sex. That's the only reason we argue.
They do. That is correct as well.
So
I can concur.
And that's just as loud.
we try to keep it down a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, right. You do. I don't buy it.
No shame.
Yeah.
come on, guys. What were we talking about? Liberty?
We were talking about
Oh, what's wrong is shy.
Speaking of no shame, you guys on Seditious Sirens, now I've listened to a bit of it. You guys don't hold anything back. You talk about like literally like sex and everything.
We want to be that type of show where we can just give like a young female perspective, and we want to talk about our lives as well. Like, we don't know. You ask us on the chat, who the fuck do we think we are and why? We don't think we're anyone, but we have opinions, and you can listen to them if you want, and if you don't want to, you know. That's up
you
to
guys are people who are making content and doing something.
Yes. So what are you doing?
All right. And hey kids, listen. All right, they're trying to trigger the move, and they're giving a perspective on the community that no one else has done on the community, because usually it's a bunch of white guys in their 30s talking in the mics like I am right now, like Shire dude. Oh, you're not.
I'm not 30 yet. I'm still young and vivacious.
All right, well, he's doing it, but you get what I'm saying here,
We
people.
are not the first. We are definitely not the first.
I know you're not the first.
But yeah,
I'm well
you're an
aware of
interesting
that.
mix too, because we got a Manchester person and a Keene person right now.
Yeah.
on the same show.
So
That
you got
is
a
the first.
Manch and a Keene, a Manchkin and a Keeniac. All right.
In the house.
Oh, it's so funny that I became a manchkin.
I hate the word Manchkin, by the way. I can't stand it. I don't
I
use
want
it.
a
I
better
just
one.
used it now. It's like the first time I ever really used it. We know it.
But I hate Manch Vegas, because Manch
I
Vegas
love Manch Vegas.
sounds like a 70s porn
Yeah.
like movie. Like,
Yeah, no,
I
no.
dig it.
Welcome
No,
to
I
Manch
dig the Manch
Vegas.
Vegas. You can go to Keene, or you can go to Manch Vegas.
Mhm.
You know, and the rest, like Portsmouth, sounds stupid, and that doesn't sound stupid, but it's like, oh, it's a port, you know, and
It is the mouth of a port.
and you know, then Concord is like, it's okay, the capital, whatever, and they get like the Lakes region. All right, no, this is Manch Vegas, baby. I don't know, I love that. Yeah, but no, we definitely need a new word instead of Manchkin.
You know, we should point to the laboratory of innovation that is the LRN chat room and just say, hey guys, if you can come up with anything better than Manchkin, now's the time. I believe in you. Go for it.
I will say this though, we've pulled off the going full Manch.
Pretty well.
Yeah, we are defining what that means
yeah.
compared to
What does it mean to go full Manch?
Yes, what does it mean? Because Rob keeps saying everything means to go full manch, and I would like for you to explain.
Babe. we are living full Manch right now.
So,
this is it. We're
is
living
this
it.
like
Our
being-
lifestyle, like we live a really crazy life.
We have fun. We have a lot of fun. We live our lives to have fun. And
Yes.
every day is exciting.
In the name of liberty.
I
In the name
prefer
of
to go
liberty.
full Keene. I don't know about you guys.
I can only go full Keene once in a while, because let me tell you, every time I've been to Keene, I've been drunk for 24 hours straight.
That is
And
the way to
that
do
is
it.
just like
Yeah,
the
and when
normal
you-
thing. I cannot hang.
Wake up, drank.
And when you're here, you're just 24/7 full high.
Yeah, that's
You're-
true. But like, they drink like vodka at 7 a.m. for breakfast, and they're just like, I'm like, I can't do that. I can't go full Keene all the time.
I've received Snapchats of that to prove it. Yes, that's true.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
But as far as activism goes, like the legendary Derek Jaya, when I think of someone saying go full Keene, or Robin Hooding, like that's the first thing that pops into my
Or
mind.
chalk. Yeah, using chalk somewhere is full Keene.
Yeah, the Chalk Wars was
Yeah.
the epitome of full Keene.
I'd say full Manch is
Yeah.
like polyamory.
Yeah.
That's kind of the
Yes.
epitome of full Manch.
Yeah.
It is. That is the joke in Keene.
And
Yeah.
living in a basement.
I know. The last time I was in Keene, I I witnessed Danica making out with old girl in the CAC.
Wow.
Whoa.
And I'm like, and then someone else said, so it just went full mansion here. I'm like, okay.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Wow, that happened?
That
Where
happened.
was I?
I don't know. That's what it was like right after me and Shire were on FTL.
I mean, that's full. It just depends on who you are. I mean, I feel like in the liberty movement, threesomes can happen anywhere. Like, anything can happen at any time. You never know.
Oh, I know, babe.
Yeah.
Trust me. Well,
Anything can go down. So, I don't know. I can't associate, like, sexuality with either state, I guess.
Okay. I hear you. All right, so changing subjects here, people. All right. Couple things coming up. I got pulled over for a stupid sticker violation here. Basically, in New Hampshire, you have to have a sticker on your car. I didn't get it updated, so whatever. I got pulled over. I made a video about it for like 10 minutes where I'm yelling at a cop. It's on rebelloveshow.com. Yeah, and I'm sorry, Rebel Mistress. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. I'm just going to start calling you Pumpkin on here. Can I do that?
No.
Please
Jesus,
do.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Please do.
All right, Pumpkin.
Aww.
You can be like a Spice Girl now.
Anyway, where can they find that video?
RebelLoveShow.com and recorded it. Anyways, I'm going to fight that. I plan to do a little video where I want to lose $60. They're going to steal it from me, but at least I'm going to have fun doing it. And the cool thing here in New Hampshire, you can record yourself in a courtroom, which is fantastic. You can't do that in most places across the country. But you
Shoot,
can do
dude.
it here.
Yeah, I'll come and get a second angle for you.
I assumed you were going to
Oh,
be the camera person.
yeah, well, I'll be-
I assume you're going to have like 3 or 4 camera angles.
I'll
You're going to
have
have like a
a wearable
rig
camera.
where like different cameras here. You're going to be live streaming on Bamboozer with the camera sideways.
We'll put a recording device on you, like wiretapping and stuff. Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. Let's get a bunch of felonies on.
We'll
it.
go full Keene in that
Oh,
courtroom.
well, hey.
Please
sometimes
do.
you have to go full Keene.
You
know?
do. You most
Yeah.
certainly do. Because otherwise you don't catch the great stuff, you know?
Well, don't
Absolutely.
get arrested. That would be
No,
fun.
do it. Go full Keen.
I kind of don't want to be arrested.
Have there
Yeah.
been any problems in the
Fun.
past with cameras in the Manchester courthouse?
That's a good question. If
Rob
you know the
will be
answer,
the first because Rob is the rudest to any like any.
okay.
He doesn't pretend to be nice.
I
He
know I
doesn't.
don't. Well, because I'm not nice to,
It's-
to,
it's
to
like,
agents of the
oh,
state stealing from me. I'm sorry.
It's like-
I'm a human being, goddamn it, and I'm pissed off. I'm not gonna take it anymore.
I can't blame you, but my first instinct is to be polite because again, they are human beings. I treat them like dogs. You reward them when they're good, and you reprimand them when they're bad.
Well, it depends on the situation. That situation is gonna be coming right back after this commercial break here on LRN.FM. Happy that we're actually broadcasting
Yeah.
at this point.
Seriously. Oh man. So
we're
what happened
teaching
before this
ourselves
show?
this.
Like, we were scrambling. We had to pick up.
Yeah, we didn't have an XLR cable for the 4th mic, which literally came in last second because we had to run to FedEx to go get it.
Well, to
like
get the stand
To
for
get
the
the stand at
microphone.
like 8:00 at night. And
We
then we
cut it
noticed.
close.
And then we noticed there's no XLR cable. Thankfully, we live in Manch, Vegas,
where everyone's a podcast.
where everyone has a podcast.
So we just
and
messaged Brett.
Brett Fanat, who's just down the street, like, "Hey, we need an XLR cable." Oh yeah, sure, come over, pick one up. Like, thank you.
Freaking save the show, man.
Yeah, he really did.
Look
Yeah.
how many people are in
We
this
need to
chat,
have him
man.
and Allie or him and Carlos together on the show again.
Hey, Nikki.
Wait, is Nikki Darling in the chat?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. The show is The Cat's Pajamas. It's actually produced by a cat, Ash the Studio Cat. Like her on Facebook.
I would pick her up and show her, but
She does not like to be picked up. Yeah, she will.
she will.
She'll tear you up.
She'll destroy my arm.
She's a crazy.
people she's ever seen in the chat. That's hilarious.
crazy
She said
cat.
they're all here for the boobs. My boobs ain't even showing.
Dude, I know.
Hey.
Let's just take our shirts off.
I know. Let's take our tops off. But first, you have to go like our Facebook page, Seditious Sirens.
Hey, how many likes do you guys have on your Facebook page right now?
Like
Uh,
130 something.
Yeah.
Okay, if we can get to 500 likes by the end of the show, can we see something?
Yeah.
500
What,
Facebook
what
likes.
if Ash
if
the
we get to
studio
500
cat also
Facebook
got
likes
out for
on the Seditious
500
Sirens.
likes.
No.
I'm
Give,
not whoring myself out for only 500 likes.
give us 200 likes and I will take my shirt off.
Just 200?
Renee, come on. You're supposed to be
She's a terrible negotiator, folks. This is the time to strike. Facebook.com/Seditious Sirens.
Welcome back to the Rebel Love Show. We are here with myself, Rob,
And Shire Dude.
and our special guests today are the Seditious Sirens, none other than.
Renee, Kate, free love.
And your rebel mistress.
And we were talking about how I am not polite to police.
You're not polite
Or
to
any bureaucrat for that matter.
Yeah, anyone who
Yeah.
is threatening harm against you. But it's really funny how you do it. You used to be a lot meaner.
Well, first off, I think you're referring to the time I was pulled over by a statey when we were driving up to the Free Coast Festival
yeah.
from Boston.
It's like whenever I'm with you, I'm so scared that we're going to get pulled over because you're like a cop magnet.
Right? I get
We've
pulled
been
over all the time.
I've met you in like August. We've
No,
been pulled over
wait,
like
whoa,
5
whoa,
or 6
whoa.
times.
August?
No, not August. When was it? I don't remember.
It was in May.
May.
Yeah, May. Not
May?
August.
Shire Time's got us all screwed up, man.
Yeah, man.
I'll be honest.
I don't even
Shire-
know what year it is.
God, Shire Time, we've been together like, what, 3 years now?
3 years.
At least.
Whew.
If not more in Shire Time.
Oh, yeah.
It's a long time. Hey, does Shire Time exist in Keene, Renee?
I don't
You got to
know.
explain Shire Time for our audience.
Yeah, please do.
Here in the Shire, time doesn't exist the way you think it exists. All right? When you're here, a week feels like a month. Like 2 or 3 months feels like a year's worth of experiences from your previous life.
And Bo Davis has pointed this out on an episode before. It's because of all the amazing connections you can make with other liberty lovers in the Shire. So, like, you're just packing it all in. All of these people who, they're just so concentrated, you know?
Yeah, I mean, one beautiful thing here is you don't have to spend a lifetime to build up a community.
Yeah.
You
It's
literally-
built.
Yeah, it's already built. You
Ooh.
just walk in and everyone, knows everyone. And
It's being
you have-
built.
Thank
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
for social media.
Like when we were in freaking Market Basket the other day and we ran into like a bunch of different
oh my God,
porcupines.
like everyone.
I was surrounded. I turn around. There's free staters in front of me. There's a state rep, and then you turn around and turn a corner. You're hitting another free stater, whatnot. Yeah, Market Basket's like crazy. I've every
Topping.
time I've ever been to Market Basket, every single time, I'll run into a free stater.
Everybody's
even in the
so
parking
sweet
lot.
here. It just feels like a big family. That's one thing I love about New Hampshire. Like, it's just, someone everywhere you go, and I like that. I like the feeling of that.
You know what's kind of crazy though? Like at work, like people talk to me like, why did you move here? Blah blah blah. And we'll talk about our personal lives and stuff like that. Like, what do you do? Blah blah blah. I'll drop hints about like my life and stuff like that. And like my life's exciting. I love my life here. I can't get enough of it. I love living in the Shire. I can't. It's amazing, and there's always something going on, some meetups, some parties, some whatnot. It doesn't matter where, whether it's here in Keene or the coast or up in the Lakes region or Concord, whatever. There's always something going on.
Yeah.
All right.
We're always busy.
Yes, isn't it? Like
It's like
things
a
never
rare
stop.
moment we get to just like lie down, and even then we always have something to do.
Well, no, yeah. Well, of course we have something to do, but
God.
but anyways, no, seriously. There's
There's always time for that.
Well, we make the
We
time
make
for that,
time.
babe. Pumpkin. Yeah. By the way, this is the first time I've ever had a partner of mine on the air, so I want to take advantage of it, by the way, kids.
Well, that's not true.
Is that not? Oh, I don't count
Was
that.
she your partner
I
at
don't
the
count
time?
that. No, I don't count that.
Oh God.
I don't count that. Why'd you even bring that up? Don't even bring that up.
Heyo.
Don't bring that up.
Are we calling people out?
No.
Straight up.
Yeah.
We're an Eskimo family. Shire Shire
well aware.
did suggest that we have a nudist house.
Yeah. Okay. Hear me out.
That's how weird we are.
Hear me out.
people.
Hear me out.
Okay.
I used to
I'm down
have
for the struggle.
2 roommates back in California, and we had a rule for the apartment called Naked Cereal Wednesday. And the rule is if you eat cereal and it's Wednesday, you have to be completely undressed. I don't know why we made the rule. It was really entertaining. Anyway, one day I'm home with one of the other guys, and the third guy is coming home from his date, right? And so we decide to prank him and do naked because it's Wednesday. So we both get completely naked, and we're sitting on the couch with the bowls like right in our laps, you know? And the guy comes home, and actually it turns out he had a really terrible date, and we totally cheered him up. So, Naked
With
Zero
your
Wednesday,
naked
folks,
bodies.
bringing us all together.
Well, I'm actually
One
pretty-
bowl at a time.
I mean,
Well, see, right
Just
now
start with
it's winter.
Wednesdays.
Right now it's winter, so it's kind of cold. All right. Come summer, like it probably will be that.
Well, maybe something warm then, like Naked Oatmeal Wednesday.
Naked oatmeal. We don't even have oatmeal. You need
we
to hook
don't
this
eat
up.
oatmeal. It has to be coffee.
Naked coffee.
Naked coffee
Or hot
Thursdays. Yeah, there
Oh,
you
there you
go.
go.
We don't drink hot chocolate in this house unless
We
it
do
has
when there's
marijuana
Kahlua.
in it.
There you go. Now you're talking my language.
Well-
I've actually drugged someone making coffee here before.
Yeah, you're a horrible human being, babe.
So watch out, people. It was an accident. I accidentally drugged someone making coffee.
How do
I
you
know.
accidentally?
It was
you
an
elaborate?
accident.
well, it was sort of an accident.
It was an accident.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the Rebel Love house, we put marijuana in the food because we have pot butter and everything. So everything's usually laced. So I was making breakfast for everyone.
And this was at like 10 o'clock at night.
Eggs.
Making
Yeah.
breakfast late at night.
And coffee. So we have a guest, and I ask, I say I'm gonna put, pot in the coffee. Everyone's like, yeah, because we're always down to get high in this house. So I asked our guests if they wanted coffee, and I thought I made it clear that it was pot in there, but I guess it didn't. And he drank it, and he was upset with me.
Yeah, because you drugged the
Yeah.
person.
I was not trying to violate his nap. I was just trying to, have a good time.
Is that a violation of the nap, guys?
I think it is. I think I violated his nap. I felt bad about it.
I don't know. I feel like, if anything, that's the opposite of a violation of the nap.
I mean, especially because it's pot, but he didn't
Yeah.
consent to my drugging him.
I think
And I
your
feel bad about it.
intent's an important thing, and you didn't intend anything bad.
Yeah,
I
you didn't
didn't.
intend to do that.
I intended for everyone to get fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, who doesn't like to get that done?
No matter who it is that's serving me anything, here within the FSP, in this movement, I always ask if there is drugs in it.
Especially,
fair,
that
yeah.
It's a fair
Probably is.
question.
Yeah.
I assume most things have drugs in it, and I also assume that most people are concealed carrying. But seriously, I usually assume that.
Sounds legit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As they should be.
exactly. And I also assume that they have a Bitcoin wallet on their smartphone, and if they don't, I get pissed off. I'm sorry. If you're a good free stater, you have a blockchain wallet or some sort of any mycelium, I don't care what it is, you have a Bitcoin wallet on your phone, and you better be able and ready to take a Bitcoin payment for something, because I'm not giving you one piece of paper, a fiat Federal Reserve note. I'm not going to use their money to buy or purchase anything from you if you're not taking Bitcoin. So, or of any kind of like to exchange money. If I owe you money or you owe me money, it better be in Bitcoin. And if it's not in Bitcoin, I'm a little upset. And if you don't have a Bitcoin wallet on you, that's even worse. What is this, 2009?
I actually went and bought myself one of those paper wallet printers. So the people who say, "Oh, I don't have Bitcoin," I go and I print a code out and I give it to them and I say, "You can take Bitcoin now."
At work, I was sitting at this lunch break at this like conference I had to go to, and literally I was just talking about Bitcoin because they know that I'm into Bitcoin because I have a Bitcoin vanity plate, and they know we'll have a conversation about Bitcoin. And I got one of my coworkers to literally download. He's not a free stater. He's not a Liberty guy. Nothing like that. He's just like a normal guy, great guy. And he downloaded a wallet within seconds, and I sent him like $1 worth of Bitcoin. He sent me back like 25 cents just to show what the transactions are like and whatnot. And he did that within a couple seconds. If a normal person can do that, why doesn't most a free stater? Now, mind you, most free staters do. Most free staters have a blockchain or a mycelium wallet on their phone. And I'm assuming because the way Renee is like looking at me as if I killed Jazzy, all right, that you don't have a Bitcoin
got
wallet
one.
on your phone, do you?
I
got
do.
one.
In fact, I have
Ha
like
ha ha.
5. I have one for me. I have one for the Keene Activist Center. I have one for Seditious Sirens. And I have a blockchain and 2 Coinbases. So don't you tell me anything about not having a damn Bitcoin wallet.
Exactly.
How many do you have,
This
Pumpkin?
is our nagging show.
How many do you have, Pumpkin?
I have one.
You have one.
I have one.
Okay.
And it's just for me.
How many do you have, Rob Matthias?
I have a few. I'm not going to disclose that
How
information
many,
on the
Rob?
air. How many?
How many?
I don't have 5.
1,
I'll say
2, or
that.
3?
More than 3, less than 5.
I've just got a spending Bitcoin wallet on my phone, but then I have the more important wallet, which is the Dogecoin wallet.
Yes,
Yeah.
and if you feel the need to get rid of Doge, which you should, because it's the
Yeah.
Doge
Because
is the
of the
cancer
worst.
on this community. Send them the
By
Shire
all
Dude.
means, send them to me at shiredude.com.
And we'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to the Rebel Love Show, where we've been talking about activism, life, sex, drugs, and anarchy. And speaking of one of those things, we have some activism coming up here in the Shire. 420 at 420 on 420.
Yeah,
something like that.
every year they go to the State House in Concord, where all the government officials are, and they smoke cannabis right on the State House lawn.
Yes, I went to the one last year at the State House, though unfortunately it was on Easter, which really
Why?
sucked.
Unfortunately, that's
Well, you
like
still got
perfect.
good
No.
numbers,
It's like
right?
Jesus wants you to.
No, it was
smoke
it was
pot.
it was bad timing because Ada State House wasn't open, and a lot of people
Oh,
want to be with
okay.
their families on Easter instead of smoking a joint on the state capitol.
Wow, it was huge in Boston. Like I've never seen so many people get together to smoke pot before.
Well, bring all those people up to New Hampshire.
And they were blowing it just like in the cops' faces. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment.
Well, yeah, last year we had a state rep, right, who smoked cannabis with you
yeah.
guys.
What Michael's what, Salvi?
I believe
So
so.
I forget his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho, yes, a
So
state
we'll
rep
be
did.
going out and handing out flyers at
Yes.
smoke shops?
Yes, that is the plan. We don't have a name for this operation because we like to name things here. Like whenever we're doing some sort of activism, it's we name it. So Shire, you gotta come up with a great
A
name.
clever
yeah,
name.
He's
A clever
the
name.
name person. He
Yeah,
gives it names.
like the school outreach that we were talking about earlier was Operation Full Keene.
Yeah,
so
for obvious reasons.
If you can come up with a good name, send it to the LRN.FM chat room. Definitely.
Yeah.
We
so
have a hashtag that's going on right now.
and what is
Hashtag
that?
go live for what?
Oh yeah, go live for what?
Hashtag go live for what?
So if you're listening, make us trend.
Yeah.
Go
There you
live
go.
For what?
Share the show with a friend. We're still going on till what, midnight?
Till
so
midnight. We got another hour to go.
let's keep the good times
Oh,
rolling.
yeah.
Now,
So-
Renee, you've been to the 420 rallies like in Keene Central Square, right?
I sure have.
Like back in the day. What's that like?
Back in the day. Oh man, it was so cool. I mean, I missed the really good times, which was back in like 2009. I showed up in 2011. There was still a good amount of people. Yeah, just peacefully assembling in the squares, smoking some pot.
What kind of numbers? Like 100 people or?
Back in the day, there was like 100 people. There was still like 50 when I was hanging around. Yeah, you can catch some of that in Derek J's Victimless Crime Spree. There was the infamous Give Peace a Chance arrest.
Oh yeah.
I saw
can
that
we
on a
please
documentary.
sing that song at this one? It should be like an annual thing.
If there's an arrest or I guess we could sing it without an arrest being
Yeah.
happening.
We
yeah.
have to bring back the Shire
Shire Choir.
Yeah.
Oh
Shire
yeah,
Choir.
the Shire Choir.
down.
Well,
for
why
Shire
don't you?
choiring.
That is a good idea. You should do it.
I will. I think it's fun. I like to sing.
Then do it. Bring it
Don't
back.
judge us.
Okay.
We'll
You
do
got.
it.
You guys can be the seditious siren
Choir.
Shire Choir.
I can do that.
You should do that. It sounds like a great idea.
I can handle that.
Make sure you make it on a YouTube video as well. 'Cause
Another
it's
thing.
not. It's not activism if it's not filmed.
It's true. Another fun type of activism that went on in Keene, there was something that Derek J brought to the table called Free Speech Fridays, which at the 420 on Fridays, they would bring out the megaphone and they would pass the megaphone around, and you could just yell whatever the fuck you wanted on this megaphone.
Oh yeah, I've seen there's
It
like
was
YouTube
great.
videos of this, like Graham and them just talking about like anything they wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, just getting stoned and getting on a megaphone. Why not?
Yeah.
It
Well,
was fun.
why don't you do that? Set that up.
I could.
Yeah.
I could.
Be a doer.
I am. I'm trying.
We try. At least we're doing something, and we do more activism than than more people can name.
Believe me, I've
Right
seen
now,
your journey
we've
through
been
here as
out.
well.
You think it's hard to wake up in the morning and go out and cook breakfast for you guys, do some activism, some civil disobedience?
First off, she doesn't cook breakfast.
And
Okay,
then
and if she
still look
does,
pretty
and if
while
she-
doing it.
And if she does cook breakfast, it's at like 10 o'clock at night when she's high. All right, and she burns the bacon because it's not really you don't do bacon well, babe. I'm sorry. You didn't learn how to cook bacon. You just like toss it around in there. It's gotta be even. It's
Keep
gotta
it
be
up.
great.
Keep it up.
You do eggs
Keep-
fairly well.
keep it up.
Someone's sleeping on the couch.
Keep it
today.
up.
Wow.
It's not Free Speech Friday.
Who's in the doghouse?
What? And well, no, you cook well. You're a great
shut your
cook.
mouth.
Just
Shut
you
your
don't
mouth.
cook. You
Shut
don't
your
do
mouth.
breakfast
My
ever.
My point is,
Like maybe like once you cook breakfast. Don't be
Okay,
telling
so
don't be telling the
make
world that
sure
you're
y-
cooking me breakfast
make
all the
sure
time.
you tune in to
You're
Seditious Sirens
saying.
so you can see how I talk about how Rob is a misogynist.
Oh.
And he thinks little elves clean the
How
house.
man? What do I do? What do I do?
You're
Go ahead,
sweet.
lay it all out. What do I do to you?
Oh boy.
You're sweet.
I know I'm sweet. I'm
You're
lovable.
sweet. Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
how they are all the time.
No,
Hot,
fucking makeup.
cold, yes, no. Yeah,
Then
no.
we'll do it on this table.
You know, when you look at the big picture, when you look at everyone who lives in Manchester, I'm not dogging on anyone here, but the 80-20 rule that we've talked about before, Rob.
Yeah.
20% of the people are doing 80% of the work, and I think everyone at this table right now is in the 20%. I think we're doing a lot.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, sometimes we're slacktivists, but we try.
Well, I mean,
I earned my slacktivism.
yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge slacktivist. Like
Yeah.
I'll put a great idea out there,
And
and,
I
then I would
moved
do it like
here-
last second.
I moved here in the wintertime, so I mean, I think I should get a lot of credit. For
Did you hashtag buy a jacket?
Hey,
hashtag buy a jacket.
you know who else? You know who else moved here in the winter?
Who?
I did. Like a year and 2 weeks ago.
Aw.
Yeah. Well, by the way, it's I just passed my 1 year in the Shire. It's been quite the journey. So.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like I can barely even remember my my old life.
We should have
So.
some sort of song for that, like Shire Choir song for 1 year in the Shire, or Shireversary, if you will.
Like a birthday song.
Yeah.
Yourself to
Well-
dance.
Lose yourself to dance.
For the listeners at home, Shire dude loves Lose Yourself to Dance. Oh my God, he has a problem with
I
it.
can't get me enough
He
Daft
needs
Punk.
therapy about it.
Him and Rob don't ever do drugs in this house because they like to mess with you.
So-
We're on drugs. He'll play that song like 60 times to see if we notice, and we won't because we're so high.
I just put it on loop and,
No,
then wait until someone says something.
No, sometimes I notice, but I'm like, he likes doing it, so I'll just let him play that song
and then
all the time.
I'll really like that song.
And
the
if
20th
someone-
time I hear it in a row, like,
If someone's like stoned enough, you can just go next to him and just kind of like bob your head and move around, and they'll get into it too. It's just contagious.
Shire Dude is a great roommate. We've come home like so fucked up before.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh my
That
God.
other night.
yeah,
you
oh my
two
God, yeah,
were-
the other night.
They were doing naughty stuff in the living room, guys. Straight up naughty stuff, and I'm just like in my robe in the kitchen, like cooking stuff, and I just like peek over, and I'm like, nope, not dealing with this. Going back to the kitchen.
I didn't
Like,
know you saw us.
We have I didn't even. We were so. I don't even know. But I love that. I love that we can all just like be free enough to like,
Yeah.
just be crazy. And it's probably like a Tuesday night. I don't even think it was the weekend.
No, it was definitely a weeknight. Yeah.
Every day is a holiday.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, why wait till the weekend?
Every day we.
I
can do
don't
something fun.
understand this. Like, why wait till a specific moment in time for you to have fun?
Oh, speaking of 420 YOLO swag blaze it.
Yeah. We're going to be doing outreach to head shops and pretty much anywhere else that sells any kind of drug paraphernalia or tobacco or anything like that. And we're going to be doing this probably sometime in March. or end of March. We don't want to do it too soon because people will forget. So you want to do it like a couple weeks or like a month beforehand.
Definitely. Right now, yeah, the 420 Foundation is like raising all the funds for like a sound system and flyers and I mean hopefully T-shirts and stuff. This year we're really gearing up nice and early.
Yeah, so we're going to try and organize or at least get other people to come along or whatnot, or just do it on your own. Hit as many head shops as you can with 420 flyers about the.
Yeah.
I really think it's gonna be big this year because the Stoners Cookbook shared that piece.
The
about
meme
Rich
with
Paul.
Rich
With Rich
Paul.
Paul and
Wow.
the woman who
It went super
misplaced
viral.
her child. Yeah, it got like that. Like it did really well.
Yeah.
He was like advertising on the like threads.
Granted, it was Rich Paul alongside Casey Anthony, but you know.
Yeah, and it's a little outdated.
Anyway, yeah, more about the 420 rally. What we're gonna do after this. Hey, anyone listening who's in the LRN.FM chat, who should we have on next as guests? Like,
Should it be Carlos's back of his head right there? Who's waving at you? Do you
I
want him
definitely
as
want
the
to have
next
Carlos
guest?
back on with Brett Venat. I think that'd be a great
That'd be
duo.
a great duo.
Another duo we're talking
Make it-
about is Neocash Radio.
Yeah, get Neocash, Darren,
Darren
and,
Tapp and JJ.
and JJ.
Oh my God! Snap me at last. _Dahlia.
You're gonna have to spell that for him.
No.
No.
What are we plugging?
Well, I was just wondering if we should share our Snapchat names and get some interesting snaps from the chat room.
Dick pics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nay.
I'm all
I think
fine.
is what my Snapchat name is. So come find me.
Oh, you are already doing it.
Kate. Kate.
I need a
Oh,
Bobby
damn.
pin. The
Snapchat
Bong's
me some weird shit, you guys. I love it.
party file. I need a Bobby pin.
If you're an attractive female in the LRN chat, you can
Baby.
add me. I'm V Rebel. You are listening to the Rebel Love Show out of Manchester, New Hampshire, where we are pro-pot, pro-gun, and pro-coffee. And when we left, we were talking about the 420 rally coming up in Concord on 420. And we're talking about the activism that we're going to do before then. So we're going to hit up a bunch of head shops, correct?
Yeah, man, and I also wanted to hit up college campuses.
Yes, that is also another great idea.
Yeah, I was thinking. You remember the activism, the cop block activism we did, where Anne walked down Elm Street with the sign.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
We bring the sign back, except this time it says 420 with us or something like that, and just walk through the college campus like
I'm
that.
so down for
Are you
that.
down for that?
I'm down.
Yeah,
I'm
that
down
I'll
for
do it.
And of course, we're gonna film
Well-
all of this.
Well, we got to have
It's-
the Seditious
And
Sirens
I
both
just-
of them
Yeah.
there.
When I
Hell
do
yeah.
things like this, like it's great because I feel like people always react so positively to me. Like it's people like even at the School Sucks outreach, those kids could have hated us or they could have just like spat at us, but like they were really receptive to like what we were saying. Like just for them to take the flyers and be excited about it was very cool because I expected a little pushback.
The reactions were really interesting at the school outreach. Like we had one kid who took a flyer from me and then crumpled it and ripped it up and threw it in the immediate trash can, like right next to him.
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
almost
the
immediately.
one
But that
kid.
was only one person out of I don't know.
I love the
50
fact
to
that one
100.
kid that didn't take it, he came back out of the school.
Yeah, he ran back out to
He ran
get
back
it,
out to grab
he
a
was
flyer of his
curious.
own. Yeah.
But most of them, of course, I'm being really, really polite as I'm doing this because it's like, hey, I want you to take this flyer. So I'm like, hey, this is for you, bud. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Kinda
But less creepy.
channeling
that
my
sounded creepy.
well, it's just channeling my inner
Hey, do you want
Derek
some-
J. Like he's always
Would you
really
like some
polite when he
candy,
does
little
stuff like
boy?
that. No, and this is why we can't have nice activisms because you say stuff like that. Anyway, but yeah, most of these kids, my favorite reaction though is they take it and then like a few steps away, they start laughing hysterically because they realize what the paper says. School
Yeah.
sucks,
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's true. It's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 420.
How do you think college students are going to react to this?
I think they would take it great because let's be honest, what college kid doesn't like to smoke?
Everybody. I
Yeah.
don't know one person that's like anti-pot, and if they are, like, No, I don't know one person that's anti-pop.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I haven't
I
met one.
find it very useful to hand out the Know Your Rights flyers too. Do you guys have those out here?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I've done
Yeah.
that.
That's another one we're gonna do at the schools. At the high
Very
schools.
good for
Let's
them
just
to
hand out
have.
all the propaganda.
All
Let's
the
do
That's our
activism.
goal.
Let's
We
throw the
wanna-
cop block at them.
we
Let's just do
wanna
everything. Just
get-
like dump out like propaganda left and right.
We
Let's
want to
just do
get
that.
all the propaganda from the Q and just like distribute it.
The Rebel Love Show is building up its own inventory of propaganda, madam. We have an entire drawer which has now been
Anyway.
moved.
Well, yeah, I have boxes of propaganda from
Yeah.
back in my my days at Young Americans for Liberty when I had a chapter that in Orange County, California. I brought all my old boxes of propaganda with me when I drove over here. So I got a lot to
So-
get rid of.
That means just a lot of activism.
Yeah.
Yeah, we only touched the school outreach
Oh, I
propaganda.
know.
You're like, oh, we're gonna need like 2 boxes of them. I'm like,
Can I talk
that
about
is not gonna happen.
my first experience like here in the Shire before I even moved? Rob took me cop blocking, so it was my first cop block like experience.
Kids, if you want a great date idea, take your date on a cop block of a DUI checkpoint.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, isn't that that's
Yeah.
hot?
And
Yes.
it
Yeah,
was-
that
it-
turned me
That's
on.
how I roll.
It was hot. And it was
Danger.
just like, I don't know, like we were holding the signs, and at first I didn't know like how to feel about it. It was really exciting, and people would stop and ask like, "What's the sign about?" And I'd like explain like why we felt like it was unconstitutional to do DUI checkpoints. And I don't know, they just like they really liked it. I don't know, people seem to be receptive to things if you say them in the right way, I guess.
Go ahead.
Oh, this is why.
This is why we can't have nice podcasts.
Yes.
But
Well, people were really receptive, and they were honking, and they were saying thank you, and like I went back to school and I talked about that, and I was telling people like how I felt and like the things that I learned, and they really liked that, and I felt really like grateful that day, and I wanted to do it again. And coming up here and doing like those cop blocks on Fridays, people yelling like get a job, like I don't know, that's really what encouraged me to move. I got to like live the experience.
well, the cop blocking during DUI checkpoints here in Manchester are incredible. Like, it's first off, most of the people that you talk to with it are happy that you're actually there. It's like positive activism, where like the general populace understands they don't want to get a ticket by the police. They don't want their car detained and searched. It's a very popular thing. Like when we're excited just talking about where we walk down the street with you, and a sign saying checkpoint on bridge, and there's a video of it as well, which you can find at rebeloshow.com. But
More people in Manchester are familiar and friendly towards cop blockers than they are towards free staters.
they know what cop blocking is.
You don't have to explain it to them.
And on top of that, like people that are not in the Liberty community will see a checkpoint and come out and help. Like I've met these people that they're not associated with anything like that, and they come out and help. It's amazing to see, and the reaction that most people have to cop blocking a DUI checkpoint, like they know what that means. They know what it is. And the cops know what it is too, and it's amazing to see that here, where like that would never happen back in Illinois. You're not going to see a bunch of people out in front of it because there's DUI checkpoints all the time, all through Illinois, and no one would ever go in front of the checkpoint and try and divert traffic so that they weren't getting a ticket. But that's a common place thing that happens here in Manch.
What's the reception for cop block like in Keene?
Oh, they love us. The college kids, they'll recognize me in like convenience stores and be like, "Oh my God, that's so great! Thank you so much." Like, I've seen them refer to the Know Your Rights card as they're being detained. And it's hilarious. But I'll walk down the streets, and if there's like a party, someone will recognize me and be like, "Hey, aren't you a cop blocker? Get in here, come rage with us." So I love it.
That's awesome.
It is
yeah,
awesome.
College town. They're bound to like it there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's unfortunately. Well, I guess Manch is kind of a college town with SNU, but it doesn't feel like
Kind
one
of.
when
SNU
you're-
isn't technically
SNU
in
is not
Manchester.
even-
Yeah, that's hooks it.
Manchester.
Yeah, it's a lie.
They're lying
Snoo's
to
a
you.
lie.
Snoo.
Southern New Hampshire
SNHU,
University.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, SNU.
Yeah.
snoo.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Well, besides the cop blocking, Pumpkin,
Oh God.
Cute.
what else do you like about living this life?
Well, how about I told you my first experience of
Yeah.
why I wanted to come to the Shire. What was all of you guys' like point where you were like, I definitely want to pack up and move?
Derek J's victimless crime spree.
Same for me.
We have talked about this on this show so many times with you sitting right there watching. We've talked about this in front of you, babe.
Well, we're having you still can tell.
Hey, we're live.
We
We're
haven't-
talking to other
I
people.
know,
I
exactly.
know.
Other people are curious.
Yeah.
Just answer
I
the
told
damn
you. I
question.
told them. You guys, mine. Tell me yours, babe. Like Jesus.
Hey, aren't,
I just wanted to go off on
aren't
you.
you guys
I'm sorry,
jelly?
babe.
I
I'm
got
sorry.
to watch Derek J's victimless crime spree go down pretty much live every time.
That's true.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, and Cecilia, she actually filmed some of that movie. Like some of that's her footage.
I didn't know
Cecilin.
that.
Cecilin, yeah.
Cecilin.
We
Good,
love you,
good
Cecilin.
videography there. All right, when we get back, we'll have some. I'll make it up to Ann. when we get
And hopefully
back.
the Seditious Sirens get 200 likes.
Yes, give them some likes from me.
Hashtag go live for what?
Yeah, without Derek J's victimless crime spree, that's what triggered my move. That's what triggered Rob's move. We wouldn't be here.
That's what triggered Anne's move
Without
too.
that
in
move.
the
Yeah.
show.
No,
Yeah.
seriously, like I signed the intent to move after victimless crime spree. Like I really did.
True story.
I was just like asking.
Oh, I know.
I want everyone to go around the table and leave.
No.
No, you said
No.
Derek
I love how you're saying that as I'm hearing Derek J's victimless crime spree commercial play in my headphones.
Ian says there'd be no Seditious Sirens either.
about us. Everyone get in the orange chat.
There's probably not anyone watching right now who hasn't seen Derek J's victimless crime spree. But if you haven't, you can go to victimlesscrimespree.com.
Derek J's in the chat.
Or find it on YouTube. It's free on YouTube.
Totally free.
And there's so many hater comments.
All right, we are back broadcasting live from Manchester, New Hampshire. And for those listening at home and not watching our YouTube feed at rebelloveshow.com/watch, you would have seen nothing but the Rebel Mistress and
She was getting
Freelo.
down just now,
She
yeah.
was tearing it up to the
Shire,
The
I love
bumpers.
Shire Dude's music choices.
Thank you.
Shire Dude came up with the bumpers to this to the
We
show for
all sat
LLN.
around and gave it the yay or nay.
Yes.
We're a
Yeah.
good team.
Yeah, unfortunately, the people watching on YouTube can't hear the bumpers.
Yeah,
but
hopefully
we're
we'll have
gonna
that
fix
fixed.
that.
Oh,
I
that's
swear
good.
by next
we'll
show.
have that fixed by next show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're watching at YouTube. She's just dancing to like nothing, so it probably looks like really crazy.
It's like a maniac.
on YouTube. But if you were listening to both at the same time, you'd see her doing it. So, speaking of, let's talk about the Seditious Sirens.
Yay!
That's kind of why you're on the show to begin with.
Oh, really? I thought it was because we were pretty.
That too.
That too.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks, guys.
Everyone's going to be like, you guys are a mouthpiece for the Rebel Love Show. And I'm going to be like, that's
Okay, well, all right.
That's
all
kinda
right,
true.
all right, all
Free
right.
Talk Live.
First off,
Kidding. No, I'm not.
let me lay this out right here, right now, on the table. Ann Leverett is not by any ways, shape, or form the mouthpiece for me or anything like that. She is not the Josie Wales, the Larkin Rose. Not that either one of us or any one of those people. I'm just saying that I'm not to say that she is the mouthpiece for
What about the
Larkin.
Rebel Mistress?
The Rebel Mistress. I'm sorry. You were,
Face
You-
right now.
It's cool. We're all getting used to it.
the Rebel Mistress is not the mouthpiece for Rob Rebel.
Mm-mm. So, anyway, you're asking about
I just wanted to say
the
that.
origins of the Seditious Sirens.
Yes. Where did it come
So,
from? What happened? How did this come
I'm
to be?
gonna start off. Renee was here long before I was, and I knew who Renee was.
Which is scary.
Yeah, she said it was scary, but I was like, I know who you are. You're like the prophet's girlfriend. So like coming into this,
The prophet, peace be upon him.
coming into this, though, I hadn't met any of these people. I had watched their YouTube shows and podcasts when Rob was on there, and we were like still, freshly dating. So I had seen all these people, but it was like you guys were on TV to me. So all you guys were like celebritarians. So I had like a fangasm the first time I seen Derek J. And it was just like I knew who some of these people were and who the prophet was. And then so I knew who Renee was. And I was like, oh, she's cool.
She cool.
Yeah, I was like, she's really cool.
It's true. I cool.
Yeah.
You're pretty cool.
I cool.
And
And I didn't know there was going to be anyone, like, it's weird, like, because there's people here kind of all ages, and, like, when I met Renee and Keene, and I was, like, hanging out with, like, I don't want to say older, but the older women in the liberty movement got it going on, so I can't wait to be one of them. So I was, like, hanging out with them, and then I had seen Renee at the bonfire that night.
Yeah, we were at the Keenevention bonfire.
Is that the first time you guys met?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
That was the first
I
time.
saw her drinking an Angry Orchard, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I love that.
It's a Keenevention miracle.
Oh, it's a Keenevention miracle. And I walked up to her, and I'm like, hey, where can I find me one of those? And she's like, oh, they're mine. Here you go. And I'm like, cool. And I'm like, wait, aren't you Rob's girlfriend? And she goes, hell no, he's an asshole. We broke up, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
Yeah, they were
LOL.
broken up at Keenevention.
Yeah, they broke up for like 2 days.
But it was another Keenevention miracle because there was this little thing called the Halloween dance party
there was, which I'm an organizer.
in which myself and my rebel mistress, that's when we decided that we should not have been broken up.
Which was the next day.
Hashtag Keenevention miracle. No, we didn't break up that day before. We broke
No.
up like
It was like 2 weeks before
yeah,
that.
it was like 2 weeks before that.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. It had me
But
confused as all hell.
Yeah, she was confused because then he was, since we're airing business with old girl at the time, as I recall.
LOL.
Oh man.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
everyone was-
Stop! We just stop just rigging that up.
Everyone was like a little confused at Keenevention, but it was like a Midsummer Night's Dream. Everyone ended up with who they were supposed to be with.
But they went totally full Manch and Keene. Hashtag full Manch.
Oh yeah, it definitely went full match.
Hashtag
at
full
Keene.
Manch
Yeah.
in
Yeah, no,
Keene.
we brought the match.
There was
Yeah.
underwear. We had 5 people in a room at Keenevention in my room, and there was a pair of underwear that was left, and no one knows where the underwear came from, and no one fessed up to it.
They were manuals.
Why? Wait. Why was Emmanuel in our room?
And why?
I don't think
And why is
Emmanuel
his
was
underwear
in our room.
in our room? What was going on?
You'll
when I
have to
wasn't in
watch.
there?
Well, to hear the origin of the underwear story, you'll have to watch episode 9 of Shire Dude, which is at shiredude.com. And episode 10 is going to reveal
Who's
the
underwear?
owner of the underwear.
You
And
haven't
I
made
know,
an episode
actually.
in that long.
Well, it's the finale of the
Dude.
season, so
Yo, give
it's
him
gonna
shit,
be
give him
big.
shit.
Not cool, man. We've been waiting.
Yeah, watching Shire Dude episodes is like a bong trip or a mushroom trip or whatever you want to say. And every episode you watch, it's just like it's crazier and crazier.
Yeah.
And now I'm at this like I don't know whose is it. I don't know. I've been waiting like it feels like an entire Shire year since the
It's
last
been about a
Shire
Shire
Dude
year,
episode
yeah.
came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
You need to release it.
Episode 10's gonna have green
Actually,
screen stuff.
Shire
It's
Dude-
gonna be amazing.
Back to Seditious Sirens.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, this is
Shire
about
Dude.
us, damn it.
I know.
So
goddamn
this
it.
started with Angry Orchard.
I think it started
Yeah.
with
That's so New
Yeah.
Hampshire.
Dude,
and-
that's what we do. We get drunk and come up with great ideas.
Exactly.
That's
And-
how Seditious Sirens started. We looked at each other, we're drunk, and Rob's like, you guys should do something. And we're like, yeah, let's do something.
And I was like, seriously, yeah, we should.
That's such a good idea.
And it all started with that Angry Orchard. Because I say my philosophy is always share the drugs.
Right.
Always.
Yeah.
So it was just like
Sharing is caring.
she wasn't drinking. She needed a drink. I supplied. Like, that's how you make friends. Share your drugs.
It is.
Yeah. So how did you guys come up with Seditious Sirens?
Oh, well, that was funny because after that, I didn't know if it was gonna start or not. So I was like, well, the first step is just taking a step. So I just wrote Renee and I was like, here are my ideas. Like, I really think we should do this. Like, blah, 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 not knowing what she was gonna say. I don't know. She wrote back like a day later and was like, fuck yeah. Let's do this. And then we started brainstorming names and we had some other ones at first that we were thinking about.
Well, I was like, all right, there was once a show called Voluntarist Vixens, and there was once a show called Sedition is Sexy. So I put the two together, Sedition with some alliteration, Seditious Sirens, because we are indeed
Sirens.
And we're Seditious Sirens, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm down for it. I'm down for the struggle.
We immediately fell in love with that, and then Rob didn't think we should air that soon, but I just thought we should just go for it, because even if the first episodes were bad, we keep getting better.
we're allowed to
No,
make
exactly.
okay.
Even if,
Okay,
even
first
if
off-
you look at The Simpsons, like when they first came out, horrible, like the animation in that, but look at them
Awful.
now. So we
Same thing
thought
with
we should
Family
just,
Guy.
we
Hey,
thought we should
hey,
just go for
we're
it.
30 plus episodes into this, and it's still horrible. So
It's
all right.
not. Well, you made it to Free Talk Live. You made it to the
LRN.
to the big
LRN.
time.
Yeah.
yeah.
I actually downloaded the first season of Free Talk Live once, and it's very different. It's a very different show.
I've never
back
gone
then.
back to
With Manwich.
Yeah, it was weird. It was a weird show back then. I wouldn't have listened to it. It was,
Yeah, now it's a great.
now
amazing
it's
show.
fantastic because they
Yeah.
got so much experience under their belts.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get there one day,
Yeah.
Yeah,
hopefully.
you definitely will. I
That's
think
the
you're great.
spirit.
That's one of the reasons I fell for you. You're a very passionate man.
Oh.
You go after what you want.
Everybody say, oh.
That's why I got you, babe.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
speaking of passion, what's next for like Seditious Sirens? Are you guys going to bring on more guests or more
well,
sirens?
next is our trip to
ISFLC.
and
We're going
we
to
really
DC.
plan on making connections there. I've already been talking to some people that I met at the Boston conference about maybe getting some women together and talking about what liberty means to them and making a video, but I'll get back to that
And
after
business
these
cards.
We'll touch
commercials.
Yeah.
We're
We'll talk
official.
about commercials and ISFLC when we get back.
Because sedition is sexy.
What's going on?
I'm just reading the chat.
Oh yeah.
I love on the
Ian talked about liking Canada.
Derek posted, not the Josie to Lark.
It says, haha,
Yeah.
always share the drugs. Put that on my gravestone.
Oh no, I love Josie Wales. I'm just saying that her reputation is that she's a mouthpiece of Lark and Rose.
Okay, I might actually want to bring that back up because that's, I think, unfair.
Thank you.
Fine, we can bring that back up, and I will clarify that I don't believe that.
All right.
I believe everything that Josie says.
Okay,
I'm just
yeah.
saying that's a stereotype,
All right.
and they should have done things differently.
Okay, we'll talk about
Larkin should not have been that you.
it. All right.
I'll explain it. We'll open with that.
I think we should open with it, and then I should get really angry at you and storm out,
And storm out.
and then come back for my Coca-Cola.
No, we can't have that. We can't do a staged FTL.
Not yet.
No, we got.
too
to
soon for
It's
that.
too soon. It's too soon to pull Mark Edge.
Go full mark.
Go full Mark.
Dude, that was awesome to watch live. I'm sitting in the kitchen.
You saw that live?
No way.
I was in the kitchen, I'm listening, and I just hear Mark screaming. I'm like, oh my god, it is really pissing him off. And I'm just like, oh my god, babe, shut the fuck up. You're being an asshole. And Mark comes in, he's like, and I'm like, what's wrong? And he's like, your boyfriend's a fucking dick. And I'm like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Speaking of Mark,
I know. I'm listening to Mark.
his peppy voice is on the
We
commercial.
went to Starbucks.
Liberty on the Rocks. Guys, I started a chapter of Liberty on the Rocks in Orange County, and it's still going strong. Actually, I just found it today. They're having Adam Kokesh speak at Bottle Logic, this brewery that we went to, this really cool new brewery in Anaheim.
I got the invite for that. Is that happening like next week or whatnot?
I'm not sure, but just facebook.com/live
I
free
spoke
OC,
at
yeah.
this meetup before
Yeah.
about the Free State Project. I was walking through Shire G's footsteps. All right, we are back. This is the Rebel Love Show broadcasting on LRN.FM. We are a once-a-week broadcast from Manchester, New Hampshire, and we're going to open up this segment because apparently I need to talk about what I just said about Josie Wales and Larkin Rose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Okay, so
Explain
you were
yourself.
talking about Josie Wales being a mouthpiece of Larkin Rose, and you're
Okay.
referring to the video they did about Pork Fest.
Yeah, well, all right. First off, I don't believe this about Josie Wales at all. I've met her. She's a great person. I don't believe her to be any kind of shape or form a mouthpiece of Larkin Rose. That being said, I understand why people think that. I mean,
If you watched the
Larkin,
video and you
I've
hadn't met
heard-
Josie,
I
I'd
remember-
understand you coming away with
I
that.
remember hearing an interview with Larkin Rose on Mike Salvi's World, where he was saying how he's going to make Josie Wales into a YouTuber. This is like before Josie the Outlaw came out, before she did YouTube. And then on top of that, the Pork Fest video where Larkin Rose is just standing in the background, like looking over Josie as she's like talking crap about the FSP. All right. That is why like she has a perception of being that. I don't believe that though. Don't get me wrong. I don't believe that.
If you'd never heard of Josie the Outlaw before seeing the video, and most people have heard of Larkin Rose in the movement,
Yes.
it looks like Larkin Rose like hired some pretty face to talk for him and
Yes.
say his opinions for him.
I-
But then after meeting Josie,
Selfie.
you realize she's a wonderful individual. She has her own ideas in her head,
And she takes wonderful selfies.
She's
and
the
she does take great
best.
selfies.
She's
yeah.
really pretty.
We miss you, Josie.
Yeah, come back to the Shire.
Yeah, we love you.
But anywho, she's definitely not. But I understand why she has that perception, which I don't agree with, but I understand it. And also, Anne is not my Josie,
Rebel mistress.
Okay,
rebel mistress.
definitely not. Just a love.
Well, Anne's my rebel mistress. Don't get me wrong. She is definitely my rebel
what
mistress.
were we talking about?
But she is
before
not.
we went
She
on
is not the
commercial
equivalent of
break?
my Josie.
What was it?
Hell if I know. I
You
don't
guys
pay
were talking about
attention.
ISFLC.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be at ISFLC and we're gonna in hopes make a video, and we want to do things like that. Like we really want to do fun, exciting things. Like we said, like criticize us all you would like, but we're growing in the movement and we're gonna document it.
And that's
you
a Valentine's Day, right? Is it International Students for Liberty Conference?
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
know,
So
babe,
appropriate.
Every day is Valentine's Day.
So
for us,
if you are in or near Mordor and you want to come hang out with some,
District of Criminals.
if you want to hang out with us, come down to ISFLC.
what
come party
hotel
up
are
with
we
us.
staying in?
I don't know.
Anyone
You gotta
know?
talk to O-Girl for that one.
Well, we don't even know where we're going, and we're leaving on Tuesday. So
Thursday. We're leaving Thursday. Well, Friday morning.
See, I've actually have never traveled the East Coast. I've never the only travel I've done in the East Coast has been like pretty much limited to New Hampshire-ish. Went to Maine a little bit, gone down to Mass, to Boston. I've been to Vermont. I've gone up to the Lakes region, gone to Keene, and gone to the Free Coast. But I haven't like gone farther than that. So this is
Yeah.
gonna be my first trek, like going like south through New
Yay.
York
Washington,
and
D.C.
along
is a shit.
along the coast and whatnot. I've never done it.
It'll be interesting. It'll definitely be interesting. So definitely meet us. We'll all be there, and we're gonna have a great time, guys. Because if one thing libertarians know how to do is party.
Also, you would make Carla Mora's day if you come to ISFLC and sign the intent to move at the FSP table that all of us will be at some point trying to get signers to move here.
Those
because-
student conferences are just ripe with people who want to sign the statement of intent.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
well, I mean, you have to be kind of young at heart to believe that we can actually stop statism. So,
Young at heart. I mean, do you think it's kind of like, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
young at heart.
What does that
Yeah.
even mean?
Yeah, what do you mean
Can
by
you
that?
elaborate on that?
Well, usually most people as they get older, they just don't care about anything. And if they
That's
do, they're like, they're just stuck in their ways as if like, okay, this is just how things are. There's nothing you can do to change it.
They
However,
lose hope.
Yeah, here there's hope.
Yeah.
And if for you to have hope, you kind of have to, it's usually people who are younger that believe that they can actually do something.
Yeah, I believe it starts. I think it's our generation that needs to start seeing things for what they are, and that's the only way anything's ever gonna change.
Well, that or if,
The zombie apocalypse. I'm rooting for that.
I
first,
refuse to
but-
be jaded. I refuse.
to be jaded.
I refuse to be jaded. I will always be excited, and I will always be passionate about liberty and stuff.
Well, same for me. Well, don't get me wrong. I can understand why some people kind of like they get down this far and then they're like, all right, there's no hope, and they leave. I get that. I don't agree with it. Like for me, I couldn't just like turn away and walk away from this. Like there's no way. Like I don't know how people
could
do
you
it.
go back
feel
knowing
like
what you know?
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
I feel like some people aren't fully grasping what it means to be free and what we're actually fighting for.
Well,
And that's why they don't make it. Honestly, if you're leaving here like burned out, whatever, I'm hearing that way too much. Like you came here for a purpose. Like you're forgetting that purpose. That's why you're leaving.
well, believe me, I can understand why some people get burnt out. Like
No,
there's, I
that's
mean,
a
I don't
cop-out.
do nearly enough
fully
as I think I
accept
should
that
be.
as a cop out.
All right, tough question for each of you guys. Well, I want each of you to answer the same question. Is the Shire your final like stopping point? Like, are you going to just stay here forever, or do you think there could be another like bastion of liberty in the future?
I couldn't see
I doubt
myself leaving. I mean, no matter what happens, the only way I would leave is some like major event happens, some major destruction, the zombie apocalypse, something like that, or I'd go to Cuba and flee from the country. Like that's the only way I can think that I want to leave, because I love my life here, and I would like every day is a great, new, amazing, exciting day where I feel free and I gain more freedom.
If we ran, where would we run to?
Exactly.
Well,
This is the safest place for libertarians, I think I would say.
This is the safest place in the world, because
least
if
in the
anything
US.
happens, this is where I want to be.
You want to be with those who think like you.
Exactly.
Yes.
And the only way I would leave is if I was forced to leave. It would be some sort of event where I was forced to leave.
Of course, I have heard libertarians tout the we have legal pot here in Colorado. That's their big thing. Oh yeah, but New Hampshire's great for this, and this. The
I don't care
101
what's
Reasons
legal.
film.
Fuck off.
I don't
But
know what's
we
legal.
have
I
legal
don't-
pot,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that's so ridiculous. You can nullify that law by saying, "Hey, Ann, can you pass the bong right now?" Yeah, thank you. Anyway, see, you could just nullify it. Like you could just smoke pot anyway, right? Smoke it anyway. That's what
Yeah.
we're gonna do at the 420 rally.
That's what we will be doing at the
Yeah,
420 rally. Like, well, that's another thing. Like, well, for me, just to backtrack for a second, I wouldn't be. I'll be honest. I probably wouldn't be in the country anymore if the FSP didn't exist. If this community here in New Hampshire didn't exist, I wouldn't have a reason to stay. This is like the only reason that I'm still living in this country, is because of this community here. That's the only reason why I'm in New Hampshire, is for this community.
Were you going to move to Somalia?
No, no. If I ever did leave the country, I've kind of had a fond place in my heart, I guess, for Belize. I don't know. I like Belize. I would move there.
Well,
Why?
apparently there's Anarcho-Capitalism or something going on like that.
No. I'd go farther south. That's not south far. That's
I
not
don't
far
know.
south.
Berwick's kind of a looker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
he's got Angel Clark down there too.
yeah, he's got Angel Clark. I like Angel Clark. But,
Yeah.
She's doing good down there. Saw
Yeah.
her here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I read her
I hear that
Facebook
too.
posts and stuff. She seems to be having fun.
Yeah. I don't know. English goes pretty. Everyone speaks English in Belize. Spanish is spoken as well. Money goes far away. Very slow population. I don't know.
Speaking of Facebook posts, real fast, I wanted to ask Anne about why you don't share your liberty in the classroom experiences more. Because I know, like, Marcel took this politics class, and he was sharing his experiences with telling the class about anarchy and Lysander Spooner, and there are these really great Facebook statuses coming out of his
It's
Facebook.
great, and it's
I
so
don't
much
know,
fun. Do it more often.
I love to see what happens when I kind of just I love school. I love to learn. And the great thing about my school is they're not telling me anything. They're just stating information, and I take that how I want. So I love to ask questions and get my class to think about things.
You rile
the
them
way
up.
I
Yeah.
do. So if we're talking about something, we're talking about child labor. Do we think there should be laws on child labor, sweatshops, that kind of thing? And most people who aren't awake or haven't had these thoughts of liberty aren't thinking along the lines of, yes, I support sweatshops. They think that's a bad thing. So I just say I do support sweatshops. A lot of the times that's the only way that child's eating at night. Is if you buy this product. So boycotting it, while it may help your conscience, is not helping the person. And just things like that. I'll say things like that, and it's just they'll be really receptive to it. They'll say, I've never thought about it that way before. And even the teacher will be like, thank you. If we talk about government's role in business, I'll ask,
I hear you, babe. Well, anyways, we're heading. This is the end of the Rebel Love Show. First broadcast on LRN.FM. Go to rebelloveshow.com and
Peace.
no, you gotta say ShireDude.com.
Oh yeah, hey guys, go to shiredude.com.
Make sure you like us.
and we're out.
Send me
Peace,
all your
guys.
Doge.